Thanks for joining me today for this gentle yoga practice. Today we're going to use a chair for this practice, but it's not chair yoga. We're using the chair as a prop. So in our yoga practice, we can use things like straps and blocks and bolsters and blankets to help us find different variations of poses that help our bodies fit into the poses better. So rather than forcing our bodies into the pose, we're finding a way for the pose to fit our body. And today we're going to play with the chair in helping to make our practice a little bit more comfortable, maybe a little bit more gentle, but most importantly, maybe to create a little bit of a different sensation. So as long as the chair without wheels, having it nearby, and when we practice with it, make sure that it will be on your yoga mat. And if you're not practicing with a sticky mat, then set up near a wall so that you can have the wall support the chair so that it doesn't slide away. So I'm starting the practice today sitting on a blanket, but if sitting in the chair is more comfortable for you today, that's an option too. So bringing yourself into whatever is your most comfortable sit. Let's take a long spine and just maybe roll the shoulders a couple of times. Excellent. Hands are resting on the lap, either palms down or palms up, whichever you prefer. And then take a soft or close your eyes completely and begin bringing yourself into the practice. By this, I mean letting go of whatever's been going on so far today. Letting go of maybe something that you've been holding on to the last few days that no longer serves you. It's time to let that go. And invite a space between the top and bottom teeth. Softening the face and telling the body that it's okay to start softening and letting go. Being aware of your breath, but not sending it to any particular body part, not restraining it in any way, but just being aware how the breath is flowing in and out of the body at this time. And from here, let's take a moment to set an intention for our practice. Any kind of goal that you might have in mind. And as always, if that is like too much to try to come up with, like we're not really sure what goal we want to set, tune into some gratitude. Visualizing whatever is in your heart right here, your goal, your gratitude, maybe both. And let's let the hands float up to heart center into a prayer position, and we'll bow the head slightly deeper where we seal that intention with ourselves. Namaste. So good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're joining from. Let's start by bringing in movement and breath together. So inhale, reach the arms up. And on the exhale, let the hands float back down by your side. So keep the spine nice and long. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands float back down by your side. Let's do one more here. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale, hands returning back down to your side. We'll take the right hand, bring it out to the side, and reach the left arm up and over. So that making sure that we're not rolling forward, but that the shoulders are stacked on top of each other. Check in with the sits bone. Make sure that it stayed grounded into the floor. We'll take 2 more breaths in this side bend. With the next inhale, come back up to an upright seated position. We'll let the left hand come to the floor. We'll inhale, reach the right arm up and over. Reach and stretch. So you might be thinking, why do so many gentle yoga classes start with breathing, side bends, kind of the same moves, right? So I can only answer for myself. And with the inhale, come back up to upright. And go ahead and roll out the shoulders. So I like to always start with 3 full breaths, lifting the arms up overhead and letting them float back down by the side. Pretty much starts every practice. To me, it's just signaling reverse directions in that shoulder roll. It's signaling to the mind and body that we're going to match breath and movements. And this is my way of trying to let the breath be the anchor in my practice here. And then just let the shoulders relax and release. And by meaning taking the breath as our anchor to the practice, is that anytime my mind starts to wander or I start to get a little challenged, bringing the attention back to my breath brings me back into this present moment. So setting the practice by starting with inhales and exhales, arms moving, it's just solidifying that intention there. And then the other thing is starting with the side bends. Sometimes I go into twists and side bends, and we're going to do a twist next. These are just the 6 movements of the spine, and they really help us get the body waking up and a little bit ready for the practice. So we're going to move into that twist now. Let's bring the right hand to the left knee, the left hand back behind us. Inhale, a nice long spine. And with the exhale, take the gaze back towards the left shoulder as far as the body allows. And a couple more breaths here. Beautiful. Come back into a forward seating. We're going to take the left hand to the right knee, the right hand back behind. Nice long spine on the inhale. With the exhale, twisting back over the right shoulder. And big breaths into the belly. Two more breath cycles here, friends. And releasing back into center. Let's drop the right ear to the right shoulder. So these are just some basic warm-ups. Some of it is just getting the body moving in the direction that they need to be moving in. And sometimes it's just getting the mind moving in the direction that the mind needs to move in here. All right, let's bring the head back up to center, and we'll drop the other ear to the other shoulder. And as always, if there's any extras that you want to add on here, hand movement, hand placement, stretching, stillness movements, whatever in the poses that feel good to you, go ahead and explore. Invite that play into your practice. One more breath. And we'll bring the head back into center neutral and just draw some circles in the air with the nose. So they can be small circles, and they can be bigger. You decide what feels safest. So if you catch up on any of my videos and you say, oh, it's the same practice as before, go the other direction. It's probably not. We just like to warm up in just a consistent way a lot of times, just making sure that we're getting ourselves just warmed up, loosened up, and just ready to bring ourselves into the practice. All right, hands on the knees. We're going to inhale, tilt the pelvic cup forward, push the collarbone forward, lift the chin. And with the exhale, rock the pelvic cup. Chest. You can hold on to the knees. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale, rounding it out. So I'll turn sideways just so that you have a better idea of what's going on in the spine here. This is inhale, arching, and exhale, rounding. So I mentioned the 6 movements of the spine. So that would be, arching and rounding, side to the other side, and then that gentle twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that can be a complete practice. Let's just take 3 more breaths wherever you're at. And last one. All right, coming back into your center neutral. We're going to send the left leg out long and straight, having the right knee bent and the foot planted on the inside of the thigh. Reach the arms up on the breath. Long exhale, coming forward. So feel free to use your strap to bring you forward if you like, your toes, finding a nice safe place to rest the hands. So just deciding how you want to take this pose. What's the extreme? Hands at the knees, shins, ankles, toes, but it's gentle. So just remember the name of the game throughout the whole practice is gentle. And take 2 more full rounds of breath here, please. Wonderful. Inhale, bringing yourself up to an upright seated spine. We're going to take this leg and open it out a little bit to the side. And we're just going to play with some different angles here. And with this, we're just trying to be curious. What's going on in the body when I go this way? What's going on in the body when I go that way? So we'll start first with a forward fold. You can inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And with the exhale, hinge at the hips, coming forward. Hands resting on the floor. Take 3 more full rounds of breath here. Walking the hands out as far as you're comfortable. If you want to use a prop, a bolster, the chair to support yourself, feel free. And with the inhale, walking yourself back up to an upright seated position. We're going to turn the chest towards this right knee. Take a big inhale. And on the exhale, folding out over that knee. Maybe the hands square up on each side. And being curious, where did that fold show up in the body this time? And 1 more breath. And inhaling, coming back upright. And then you guessed it, we're going to turn our body over this leg. Hands on each side. Take a big inhale. And exhale, folding forward, chest coming towards the thigh or the knee. And just taking it to the extent that the hinge that you're comfortable in, that feels safe. It's been a very active day for me, so my body's starting to stiffen up and be a little tired. So I'm going to be extra gentle on myself today. 1 more breath. And then inhale, bringing yourself back up to sitting upright. And let's slide that foot in, soles of the feet together, butterfly the knees. All right, take a big breath. Keep the back nice and straight as you can. Hinge forward. Take that. And 1 more breath here, please. And inhale, sitting back upright. We're going to send the right leg long and straight. Left foot is planted on the inside of the thigh. Reach the arms up. And on the exhale, hinging forward. Use the strap. Use anything that feels good. You might even slide a blanket or a towel or a small pillow underneath the knee to help protect the knee joint if this feels like it's just a little too much on the knee. So many options here. 1 more big breath. And with the inhale, returning to an upright seated position, we'll open the leg out to the side. We're going to start with the left knee. Turn your body towards that knee. Take a big breath. And exhale, folding over that leg. I love just making those small adjustments with the foot and the leg and seeing how it changes. For me, sometimes it just changes very dramatically in the body. One more breath. And you can come back to upright seated, or you can walk your hands out in front, coming towards the middle. Your choice. I felt like I was already folded forward and I wanted to stay there. It's still shifted. It's still changed the feeling of the pose. 2 more breaths. And we'll walk the hands over. You can come back up to seated, squaring up on this leg, one hand on each side, folding forward, belly towards the thigh, chest towards the knee. And one more full cycle of breath. And then coming back up to an upright seated, bring that foot back in and butterfly those knees again. All right. Take a big inhale. And hinge forward again. So you see how nice and straight the back is? It's almost like I'm swan diving forward, letting the collarbone go first. And place of resistance and ease. You let the chin come to the chest. So you can make the diamond here in your legs as big or small as you like. The heels can come in towards the body. They can be out a little bit further, making room for the belly, whichever you prefer. 2 more breaths. And with the next inhale, coming back up to sitting upright. Let's send both legs out long and straight. Popcorn the knees. Bounce them up and down. And let's wake up the feet and the ankles here. So pull the toes back towards the body and then point them away. So pulling the toes back and pointing them away. Let's do that one more time just like that. Pull them back. Point away. While the feet are pointing away, pull the toes back towards the body, finding that floints, the flexed point, maybe spreading out the toes a little bit. Maybe the shoes, the boots, the walking, everything today on the feet were just too much and just need to really stretch those muscles. Okay, relax. Windshield wiper the toes from side to side. Excellent. We're going to move into a tabletop position. So I'll turn sideways here. I love a blanket underneath my knees to help pad and protect my knees when I'm on the floor. But do what feels best for you. I'm going to push you away just a little bit. All right. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Knees are underneath the hips. Let's move through a traditional cat-cow. Inhale, arch, and exhale, round. But we've matching breath with movement. So if being on your hands and knees just is not your jam today, go back to that seated position and revisit the cat-cow this way. And we're just going to do 2 more full rounds of breath. Excellent. Let's shift the hips back towards the heels. Maybe widen the knees if you like. Find your version of child's pose. So come down. It can rest on the floor. It can rest on a block. You can even start to use that chair and fold the arms and rest on a chair if you like. Playing with your position, playing with how it feels good. I'll say that over and over. How does this feel? Does it feel good? Does it change your breath? Is it uncomfortable? Does it make your mind wander? Does it make you hyper-focus on what's going on? We just want to find a place to land here where we can be steady in our breath, calm in our mind. Be present in this moment. So however you are exploring your child's pose, take 3 more full breaths. Excellent. Return back to a tabletop position. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Tuck the toes. And when we inhale, we're just going to lift the knees to a hover, coming into this bear pose. Pull the belly in. Push the floor away. 2 more breaths. And with the next inhale, lift the hips all the way back. Tailbone towards the wall. We're going to take a more gentle version of down dog in just a moment. All right, let's walk the hands back, coming into a standing forward fold. I'm going to toss this blanket aside and taking this foot to the chair. They can rest on a block. Knees can be back, maybe even sway from side to side. Crown of the head. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, folding forward. Reverse swan dive. Reach the arms out and up, coming to a standing position. Exhale, hands come into heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold and release. Reverse swan dive. All the way back up, coming to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do one more. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, folding forward. Reverse swan dive. Bring the arms up. Palms come together. Hands come into heart center. Let's face the seat of the chair. So again, I'm going to remind you, make sure that the chair is on the sticky mat. You can see I can put my weight in there. It's not going anywhere. If you don't have a sticky mat, let the back of the chair be against the wall so that we don't have a runaway chair. All right. Let's start to ease in a little bit more. So inhale, reach the arms up. With the exhale, forward fold, hands come to the seat of the chair. With the exhale, step the right foot back. Finding a lunge pose. So this is a nice place to stay. So we'll do that for just the first round. Just easing in. Keeping the hands on the chair. You might even reach around and grab the side. Down, down. Behind. Come down. All right. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, palms come together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Step the left foot back, bend into the right knee, and find your lunge on this side. Sink the torso down towards the floor. You can pulsate a little bit if that feels good. All right, and step that foot back. Find your down dog. And with the inhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Palms come together. Hands rest at heart center. All right, let's add a little bit more. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And with the exhale, step the right foot back. Lunge. Hands can stay on the chair. Maybe they come to the hips. Maybe they want to reach up overhead. In this moment, you decide. Perfect. Hands come back down to the seat. Bend into the right knee. Left heel lifts. Find your lunge on this side. Hands can stay on the chair. They can come to the hips. And they can reach the arms up overhead. One more breath. Exhale, hands to the seat. Step back to down dog. And a standing forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release. Reverse swan dive. Reach the arms up. Palms come together. Hands rest in heart center. All right, we'll add a little bit more. But if this feels good, keep repeating this. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back. Find your version of lunge that fits in your body today. Another breath. Hands come down to the seat. Step back. Down dog. Ears between the back. Inhale. Walk the right foot forward. Okay. Bend into the right knee. Left heel lifts. Find your lunge on this side. Reach the arms up. Hands can rest on the hips. You can even find cactus arms here. All right. Hands back to the chair. Step back to down dog. Shoulder, back body, belly in. Try to create a straight line. Send back to down dog. And then fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive. Reach the arms up, palms come together, hands come into heart center. One more addition. We're going to find an up dog or cobra that we're going to add in here. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the inhale. Exhale, step the right foot back. Find your lunge. Bend into the left knee. Where do the arms feel safe? Hands come back down to the chair. Step back to down dog. My chair went off. Other side. Hands up, hands down. One more breath. And release the hands back down to the chair. Return back to your down dog. Straight line, pull the body in. Now, with an up dog, we would normally flip the feet up. If we were on the floor, we're going to stay on the toes. We're going to lift the heart, lift the chin, arch the back just a little bit. Don't sink. We still want control here. And then come back. And then lift the heart. A little bit of an extension in the back of the legs. Coming back into down dog. Lift halfway on the inhale. Exhale, release. And then reverse swan dive. Reach the arms up, palms come together, and hands rest in heart center. You can release the hands coming into your Tadasana for a few breaths. Take a little resting breath here. Take a drink of water. Stay hydrated, my friends. Stay hydrated. All right, I know what you're thinking. This is gentle yoga. It's gentle because we're giving our wrists a nice little release by using the chair and not putting the hands on the floor. Here's another option. We're going to bring our hands to the seat of the chair. Position. So maybe our wrists and our knees aren't feeling super spread. We'll take our tabletop like this. Let's find cat-cow. We'll lift the chin, lift the tailbone. And on the exhale, Every time you inhale, there's an arch to the back. And every time you exhale, there's a rounding. Notice how it feels in the body going through cat-cow like this. It really changes. Inhale and exhale. Let's just do one. Fantastic. We're going to shift the weight into the left foot and send the right foot back behind us. So my left knee has a little micro bend. My right toes are reaching to the floor. This might be your stopping point. Your next option is to send the left hand out forward, finding your spinal balance this way. Stay here if that's comfortable. The next, and on the inhale, extend. Exhale, rounds. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round it out. Return the foot and the hand back to their starting points. Bend into the right knee. Send the left leg back behind. Lifting the leg as high as you're comfortable. Toes are pointing down, trying to keep the hips squared. And we can send the right hand out, finding spinal balance. Keep it neutral, looking down. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow towards knee. One more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow towards knee. Return the hand down to the chair. Let's take the feet a little bit. In fact, let's take it a lot wider than the hips. And we're going to come down to the elbows in the chair. You can even fold the arms, let the forehead rest on the forearms. Maybe roll the head from side to side. Standing wide-legged fold. Feel the breath moving in and out of the back body here. Using this as a little rest stop. So knees can be and whatever feels good. So offering you lots of, and this is how we practice shows up bodies. We feel like when we attend a yoga class that we have to do exactly what the teacher is doing and exactly what the other students in the room are doing. But we're trying to find our own authentic practice. So come into stillness, lift the tailbone up just a little bit. You're going to feel this activation in the back of the legs. So here, we don't want them side by side. We're going to explore a squat. So if squat is not in your practice, this is a nice way to work up to it. You can even, to make it a little bit easier, a little bit more supported, is to have your back against the wall and your chair in front of you. But I'm just going to demonstrate here with just the chair. But I love using the wall behind me. Then you know you're not going to fall backwards. You got the chair in front of you. You're not going to fall forward. If you have any knee injuries, just take it easy. Come all the way down to seated if that feels best. So we're going to just start by lowering ourselves down gently, gradually. I love squat, but I have, my calves are very stretched out. And this is just a nice way to rock back and forth, give your feet some love. So leaning forward into the seat gives you that extra support. Push up into standing from here, so don't worry about need. This is always a nice option, is to sit down on the block. You can stack them on top of each other also. This is a nice hip opener, an ankle opener, really nice for the feet. So stay here, 2 more breaths if you like. We're all going to meet up seated on the floor in front of our chairs. So if you decide that this is just enough, you can come out of it. but we're going to all come out of it anyway. So just coming down to seated here. Ah, beautiful. And we're going to straddle the chair. So I got to move some things out of my way. My mat is a little too close to the wall. All right, so we've got the chair in front of us here, and we're going to come forward. So you might push the chair back, rest on the lower rung. It can rest on the seat. Massaging the front part of the head. Activate some relaxation in the body. So just taking the supported wide-legged forward fold. We feel the back body. And we might feel the pose showing up in unexpected places. Just letting everything quiet down for just a moment. 2 more breaths. All right, come back up to an upright seated position. And we're gonna just kind of lean over onto the right hip, and we're gonna bring that left foot up. Oh, we forgot some standing poses, but that's okay. If this is too high, bring the foot down to the lower rung. You can use your blanket for a little support. I have short legs, so this might be a little too high some days for me. So I'm just going to demonstrate here a little bit lower. You also have the option of blocks or stacking up pillows. And you know what? I'm even going to make it a little bit more comfortable here and put that, oh yeah, that was it, like a blanket or a pillow underneath that lower rung. And we've got the foot elevated. So this alone, there's a lot going on here and it feels pretty good. But let's go ahead and hold on to the seat of the chair, maybe pull ourselves forward, down and forward, noticing that sensation in the body. One more breath. And then come back up to seated. We'll release that leg. And then again, you can bring the other foot to the seat. You can bring it to the rung. I love options. And if neither one of these is speaking to you, let it come to the floor. We'll hinge forward, pull ourselves forward with the seat of the chair, bringing the belly down towards the thigh, chin to the chest. So often I've had students say, oh, you're practicing with a chair today. I don't do chair yoga, or that's going to make it easy. And never equate using a chair as a prop as always being easy. It can really surprise you. One more breath. And then come back up to seated. Fantastic. Scoot your bottom a little bit closer to the chair, because we're going to come all the way down to flat. Bring the heel edge of the chair. Hands can come down to the side. Knees from side to side. So a nice rolling, massaging of the low back. Alright, and then coming into center. Roll the shoulders underneath the spine. So you might feel the chest stack. And with the inhale, press the feet into the chair. Lift the hips up. Coming towards chin. Chin reaches up towards the ceiling as we push the back of the head into the floor. Really using your leg power here in bridge pose. So one more breath. Exhale, come back down. Pretty wild, right? You can pull the knees in and roll from side to side. Coming back on the chair, and we're going to bring the right ankle to the thigh. This here alone might be all the sensation that you're looking for. So stay here. If it's comfortable and relaxing, you're feeling a little sensation, your next option is to draw the left knee in towards the chest. So this left straight, you can use a strap, just pulling it in towards the body, opening up the hip just a little bit more. Three more breaths. Very nice. Return that foot to the chair and unwind. We'll do that windshield wiper again. It's always a nice coming back in between the poses. Perfect. Right foot's on the edge of the chair. Rest on the knee. All right. Again, this might be where you need to stay. Your next option is to pull the knee into the chest. Find a little bit more of a hip opening sensation here. 3 full rounds of breath. Then release the foot back down to the chair, unwind the legs, find that windshield wiper one last time. Coming into center, press the feet into the slide the shoulder blades underneath the chest, press the feet into the floor, chin to the ceiling. Find your bridge pose. You can even reach the arms back behind you. You can interlace your fingertips under the back. And exhale, lower and release. Beautiful. Soles of the feet come together. Make sure the chair is close away a little bit with that bridge pose. So bring the soles as you like. And just let the knees fall out to the sides. Taking a variation of cobbler's pose here. Staying with full, slow, deep breaths. This is our more winding down part of the practice. Palms can face up towards the sky. Let the breath be where it is in this moment. So as I said, as we go through different variations, different options of the poses, this is us. This is our time on the mat as a moment of exploration. Finding out how we can show up to this practice authentically. What feels good, what doesn't, what feels safe, what doesn't. Does this make me happy when I move my arms in this way? Does it agitate me if I'm doing it this way? This is where you have the freedom to express yourself in your yoga practice. So that as we practice authenticity on our mat, in our yoga practice, we can take that authenticity into the world and start finding out and being who we really are and not who we're expected to be, or not filling in, connecting dots. I told you were supposed to be. Maybe connecting dots wasn't the right word, but being this person because somebody said that's who you are. Find out who you are. Be that person that feels authentic. I'll take a couple more breaths here. With the next inhale, very gently bring the knees together. And we're going to drop to the right side of the mat. So the knees and the ankles are stacked on top of each other. So if by chance, and I'm going to grab my blanket or a prop, a pillow, a block, if the left shoulder lift up, slide a pillow, a blanket, a block underneath the knees, and try to encourage the left shoulder to be engaged with the mat. And even turn your head over to the left fingertips so the blanket can be underneath the right knee, or it can go in between the, this is always very nice. Nice and supported between the knees. Really supports the skeletal structure with the hips and the thighs. Some of you may sleep like this with a pillow between the knees. It's really, really just makes it so much more comfortable in the low back. Taking this deep twist, gaze over towards the left fingertips, staying here for several more breaths. One more full cycle of breath here. With the next inhale, bring the knees up to center, rolling onto the back, all the way over to the other side. Make sure the right shoulder stay engaged with the floor. Take your gaze over to the right fingertips. And staying with your breath here. Deep inhales, long, slow exhales. If you feel any places in your body where you're still gripping or holding on to or finding any tense muscles, any tension in the body, just keep giving your body permission over and over to let go and release. You're on the floor, you're safe, you're supported. Two more full rounds of breath. The next inhale, bring the knees back in towards the chest. Just kind of release that prop, the blankets, or whatever you might be holding, and rocking from side to side, massaging the back. From here, as we transition into our final resting pose, might I suggest letting the feet, the legs come all the way up onto the chair. Notice I scooched closer because I don't want my legs too far away so that my knees are drawing down towards the floor. So I like the extra support. As I also have very short legs, so coming closer makes it feel a little bit better. My feet go into the rung. Or if it's too much, if your chair is too high, stack some pillows underneath the knees, or one of those big exercise balls is really nice underneath the knees. let the eyes close. The hands rest by your side or on your belly, wherever they're most comfortable. Gently rock your head from one side and then the other. Just signaling to the rest of the body, it's time to release and relax. The eyes closed, let the eyes roll back away from the eyelids. And with the next exhale, allow there to be a space between the top and bottom teeth. Connect with the inhale and exhale of the body. Each inhale is invigorating and energizing, and each exhale is releasing and relaxing. Just a continual practice of letting go. Maybe this is a place where visualization serves you well. I often think of being on the beach, and that each time I inhale, the waves are coming onto shore, and that each time I exhale, the waves are going back out to sea. Maybe you visualize trees swaying in the wind on a warm summer day. Maybe you imagine a field of flowers. Or maybe you don't visualize anything and are just connected to the breath. Each time you exhale, letting go again and again, anything that you're still holding on to. The body softening, getting heavier, melting into the floor beneath you. We'll just stay here for a little while in silence. Don't worry, I'm not leaving you. And just release yourself into this pose. Receive the flow of this moment. Begin to bring your attention back into the room with deeper, fuller breaths. Wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Moving the wrists, moving the ankles. Stretch the arms out and the head from side to side. Maybe draw the knees into the chest, or windshield wiper them from side to side, whichever you prefer. You can push the chair out of the way, or push yourself away from the chair here a little bit. Inviting bigger movements, so whatever feels good. And make your way to one side, whichever you prefer. Knees and ankles stacked on top of each other, cradling your head here in the crook of your arms. And keeping the eyes closed a little bit longer. Send your body love and appreciation for showing up for this practice today. And reconnect with the intention that you set. Maybe you can carry this with you throughout the rest of the day, maybe even the rest of the week. And very carefully pushing your hands into the floor and returning to any seated position. You can go to the chair, and you can sit up on the mat, your blocks, your blankets, your bolsters. Nice. Let's close our practice with a shared breath. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, our gaze to our palms as we bring them together. Exhaling, hands to heart center, eyes closed, head slightly bowed. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. Exploring, having fun, trying to find what feels good and authentic to ourselves. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free. And may we all live in peace. Excellent. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you joined me for this practice today. Hope to see you again. Lots of videos to follow. So hope to see you again soon. Bye.